Hello, and welcome to episode 29 of the Medical Device Success podcast and videocast. I am Ted Newell, your host. I'm also the host of the MedTech Leaders Community. More about that a little later. A couple weeks ago, we exceeded 12,000 downloads. When I started this back in April, I wasn't sure what the reaction would be. The goal has been to provide current strategic and tactical expertise to help startups and small and medium-sized medtech companies succeed. Of course, what makes almost all the podcast content current is the focus on a response to the challenges the COVID-19 virus has placed before my viewers and listeners in the medtech community. The response has been terrific and humbling at the same time. It appears that we are providing value. So thank you very much for tuning in and being a listener and/or a viewer. Today's podcast is titled, What's Next in the MedTech Leaders Community and Why? I will explain to you what the next several episodes are going to be about and why it's important for you to stay tuned. I will also give you a glimpse into the MedTech Leaders Community to show you how one member got terrific value out of what he learned there. So let's find out what's next and why. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to What's Next and Why. But first, what I want to do is give you a little glimpse into the MedTech Leaders Community to see how the community gave real value to one of its members, an international member, an international sales manager from a European country. So let me show you how this worked. You can see here that I placed a post in the community about the fact I had been experimenting with 3 different video platforms for embedding video in emails. And it was actually pretty neat because I did experiment with it. I do have another business where I'm trying to get the attention of doctors, and I got a really nice response from a doctor. It was, Ted, thank you so much for this video. It's a very nice way of communication, blah, blah, blah. So I put this post in the community to share this success with the other members, and one of the other members responded that he had been using Soapbox by Wistia after your introduction earlier this month. You can see the post right here. And actually, I'm putting my whole team on this tech. The opening rate has doubled. Then I asked him a question to get some further clarification about how he had been using it, and he explains to me what he's been doing, and then you can see the conversation continues with several other members. So where did he find this introduction earlier in the month? Well, if we go over to topics, if this is the navigation bar for the MedTech Leaders Community, there's 2 places you can find what he's referring to. One place is in Discovery, so we could find it right here by looking through the featured videocasts and podcasts, and here it is. But the other place is you just go to Topics, you look for Sales Tools for the COVID area, you click on that topic, and there it is. We had a terrific session with Jeff Howell of AlayaCare, who uses this technology all the time. And so it was a very informative session. That is what that international sales manager is referring to. He learned from this videocast, and he applied it, and he's getting results. So I think that's terrific. So that's just a little introduction as to how somebody gets value in this particular community. So thank you for your attention to that. Now let's talk about what's next and why it's important. So what's next and why? What's important? Well, one of the subject matters is going to be a panel of members of the MedTech community talking about their experience to date with virtual trade shows, the good and the bad, because I know some people have had terrible experiences exhibiting at virtual trade shows, and some people have had neutral, and some people have had a good experience. So we're going to have a panel discussion about this to explore how we can move forward and people can make better decisions regarding virtual trade shows, because they are here to stay. The next thing we're going to focus on is marketing automation. And of course, I don't want to lose the attention of the salespeople here when I talk about the word marketing, but let me tell you something. Marketing automation is what is going to save the sales team and get you actionable leads when you don't have trade shows to go to and you can't just go knocking on doors and prospecting. You need marketing automation. And so we will spend 2, maybe 3 episodes talking about marketing automation, how it works, what does it really mean, what are the different types of marketing automation that you can employ, and we'll be doing this with subject matter experts. It will be really, really good. Then after that, I think we need to explore something else that's very important, and that is, what is the future for the MedTech community at large going forward into 2021 and 2022? And so we will have 2 or 3, maybe 4 episodes talking about the future, because I'm lining up the speakers right now, and I have a terrific internationally known speaker that's going to help us get started with this whole subject matter. But it's very important as you think about how are you going to forecast your sales, how are you going to create the strategies and tactics you need to employ to succeed in this very difficult environment. And we'll go over a bunch of facts as it pertains to what the future looks like. And it doesn't look so good. I'm sorry to say that. But we have to review these facts. We have to give them consideration, listen to some experts about the future, and then make our plans for the next couple of years. And so I think those are going to be very important episodes. Matter of fact, I think my 5th episode of the podcast back in late April or early May was the future. And that was how I saw the future then, with what we knew about the COVID pandemic at that time. And in the United States, it was just getting started. That particular podcast remains to this day the most popular podcast that I have ever done. It has the most downloads of all podcasts. The next most frequently downloaded podcasts are typically ones that are directly related to sales. So that's why don't take your eye off the ball. Just because we're talking about marketing automation and we're talking about the future, don't think it doesn't apply to sales professionals, sales managers, executive sales leaders, because it's very important. I truly believe that marketing automation is making a difference, and it's already making a difference for some of the members in my community. In fact, I will be interviewing one of the community members about his sort of do-it-yourself approach to marketing automation, which has gained them some terrific results. So that's what the future looks like, talking about the future, in terms of the Medical Device Success podcast and videocast. I think you're going to like it a lot. It's really been terrific having you here today for this very short podcast and videocast, but it's sort of a transitional one, and I'm really looking forward to providing you great material here in the near future. Now, a couple more things about the MedTech Leaders Community. We have over 70 members from 18 countries, and the idea of the community is for MedTech leaders and those that aspire to be leaders to share best practices, to share problems, ideas, solutions, successes, and collaborate with each other, and also to learn from subject matter experts, as I just demonstrated, one of our members had learned from, and he got great value from it. If you want to give it a try, there is a 30-day free trial. Then, if you become a paying member, the equivalent of your first monthly payment will be contributed to one of 3 COVID-related charities. So part of your payment is going to go to a very, very good cause. So think about it. A free trial is a free trial. Never hurts to take a look. There's a lot of great content in the community. Some people say it's almost like a master class. Thanks for giving it consideration. Thanks for spending time with me today on the podcast and looking toward the future podcasts that we have and videocasts. Now go win your week.